Boom! What's up, love? It's your girl, Miss Mika T, and you are watching WIGC Street Radio. Boom! I'm getting in this.
And it's about my level of maturity too, right? Indeed. Me having to deal with, okay, I've been triggered. Like, this has happened to me before. Mm-hmm. So I know that when that nigga turned his back and he leaning over the bed at 6 a.m. in the morning and he texting somebody, oh, that looked like what Terrence did to me when he cheated on me. Mm-hmm. So now I need to be here.
Would you lie about it?
No, I won't lie about it. I won't lie about it. But my thing is, if I'm opening up to you with that, I don't need you to use that as a weapon against me. Because I need you to know that that is a weapon. Because see, the thing is, the enemy pits us against one another. Because as long as we not in agreement, then he can come in between us. So if we know how the enemy operates, right? Because he's not going to come at you with no new tactics. Right. So if he knows that for me, I done been cheated on 10 relationships out of the 12. Right. Mm-hmm. So cheating is a thing for me, right? So I feel like I have been delivered from that. I done been healed from that. But how do I know until I've been tested in that?
Bam.
And the test comes when I ask you, were you the reason? What did you do to make them want to cheat?
Okay. What? So see.
Because that's a conversation.
Well, listen.
Okay, so when you say that, what is the reason? I can't take ownership of somebody else's actions. Mm-hmm. Because what you do is still what you wanted to do.
Come on,
it's not what I did to make you do it. It's what you chose to do. Because we have a choice. Mm-hmm. You didn't have to choose to respond in that manner.
I didn't have to follow in that coochie.
You didn't have to do that. So it's not, I won't take responsibility for you breaking something.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Like, if you said that you were going to commit to me, like, so then that means that whatever I did, you have to honor your commitment and you have to honor your word. And if you can't come to me and tell me where I messed up to make you feel like you had to go to somebody else to get it before you gave me the opportunity to make good on it. That's your problem.
You get it. When you say he throw it back in my face, are you talking about when, say, he looking over the bed and his friend texting, female friend, they've been...
There's no reason for him to do that if they're just friends.
Are you talking about he'll may throw up and say, are you just insecure? Why you gotta be like that? Are you talking about like that?
No, I'm saying that when you, if we come into a relationship, right? Mm-hmm. So we come into a relationship, we meet one another. So we've developed this friendship. We've laid out on the table what our expectations are for us and what we want for us, right? Collectively. So if we've opened up, and if I've told you now that, oh, I've been cheated on, my first husband, he cheated on me, and not to go into depth, because one thing that I don't think that is healthy is to open up so much about past hurts.
And that's what I was referring to earlier.
To open up so much about past hurts. Because what you tend to do then is, your mind plays tricks enough on you.
Yes,
because
Lord.
What people don't know is, and I had to do this for myself. A lot of things I think myself into it.
Oh,
and
my
it's
God.
not even happening. So I have to cast
it. Be on.
I gotta cast out the imagination.
That's good right there.
I have to work on it. I have to cast down every thought and imagination that tries to exalt itself against my relationship. So I have to say, Chanel, you tripping.
Yeah.
And Chanel, if that's really how you feel, then I have to say, Lord, how do I express this to him without coming to him, making him feel like I'm attacking him?
Yeah.
Because, and that's what I tell my man in my relationship now is, I want you to know that I'm not your enemy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right? If I open up to you and say, what you just said made me feel like this.
Come on.
What I need from you is to hear what I just said.
Right.
Even if you don't have the solution right there in that moment, all I need for you to do is say, I hear you.
Help me with this then.
I hear you. I didn't realize that that's how you felt, because that's not how I intended for you to feel. You interpreted it that way, but please don't take it as if now you gonna use it as a weapon against me and say, oh, you nagging, or oh, you sensitive, or oh, you going back to what such and such did to you, and I'm not such and such. If I'm not bringing them up to throw them in your face,
or if I said to you, didn't I say that before? You told me I was crazy, or that's not true. But now you confirming it, and you telling me, and now that you confirming it, I'm sitting here saying to you, I'm angry and upset with you because I already addressed this, so I would understand where you're at, and you denied me that audience when I wasn't saying it to one up you or to hurt you or to make you feel bad. I was saying it so I could more easily recognize what I'm in the midst of, what I'm going to deal with, what I'm going to encounter, so that I add to the healing, not to the hurt. I add that through understanding that, okay, I see why you respond and react this way is because of what has taken place. But
that takes a mature
but here it is now. I'm saying to you, I want to be a part of the healing. So that's why I'm asking you, do you see that that's a part of what we're dealing with? Is that you haven't resolved your issues that you had with this person, and now that it's starting to contaminate what we're doing.
But see, it's not even all the time that you have not resolved. That's one thing that people have to understand, is that once you have experienced, right?
I already know what you're gonna say.
It's not that you want to put yourself in a victim mindset,
right?
To where you want to think that everything over on you or take advantage of you in that same instance. But the thing is that you have to recognize it. That you will see it a mile off. And your antennas go up because you know what that pain feel like, and you don't want to feel that pain no more. So I'm not telling you because I'm not healed. I'm telling you because you may not even know that what you're doing is a trigger.
Exactly.
Right? This may be so natural to you.
But couldn't that be part of why it is I'm asking you that question? Like, so he did that, and I'm
but that still goes back to the intent of your heart. Because if the intent in your heart is to then make me feel like, well, you did such and such because you trying to keep a record of my wrong.
And that's the way
in
it's
my
taken.
past.
It's taken that
No,
way.
it's not taken that way.
But
you have to know your mate.
And that
you have to know the person that you're dealing with. You have to know the person that you're into.
That's what
like I tell him, I already know that what you did or what you said, you didn't maliciously do it. Like, you weren't trying to hurt me. You didn't do it with the intent of making me sad or making me feel a certain type of way. I don't even think that you realize that you did it. But if I don't bring it to your attention, how will you know? And this is my thing. If I'm silent about it, and if this is something that hurts me, you killing me slowly, and you don't even know that you got a knife to my throat.
I think sometimes it's better to ask a question than make a statement, because in that situation, I would rather somebody, instead of them like going off about it, just be like, what is it about me that made you feel like you have to turn over to send this text message or read this text? What is it between us that makes you feel more comfortable doing that than just answering it? Because we're talking about it from the female perspective of what she went through, but what is it in y'all dynamic that makes me feel uncomfortable to even answer an innocent text message in front of you? Because maybe it's something that
you've already experienced, or it's something that she's already said to you. Because otherwise, you would feel comfortable enough. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to the boundaries of what your expectations are. Because if you had a relationship where it was just an innocent, and you know what I'm saying, but the person that you was with, she blew up in the way that she took it, then now in your mind you thinking that this one is going to take it the same way. Or if she's told you, this happened to me, and so now this is what this is what I'm leery of, and please don't ever do this to me, then of course. But I think that it all comes to you being honesty and the truth. It don't feel good.
Yeah.
And people need to recognize that.
Right.
Is the truth don't feel good, but
It
the
don't.
truth will set you free.
And it has
The
to be
truth
seen.
will set you free
Yes, ma'am.
from being enslaved to some lies.
Yes.
Because your imagination will create some lies.
Yes.
So I would rather you give me the raw, honest truth and let me deal with the truth and the pain of the truth than the deception.
Man,
And me having to decipher through deception or me having to decipher through the imagination of my mind.